knowing when to ask for help is critical when you're in a leadership position.
It's getting the best out of people. That's the essence of leadership.
Welcome back to Leaders on Leadership. We're here with David Segura, founder and CEO of VisionIT, and he's ready to answer some questions from our students from the School of Business Administration at Wayne State University. Your question, please.
Hi, my name is Mark Lepre, and I'm an accounting major here at Wayne State. And my question is, how you selected people to help run your company, such as CIO and other leadership positions?
No, great question. So, I actually have one of my new senior level executives joining VisionIT in the next hour. So as soon as I get back, I get to greet him. Pretty much all of our executive team, we've known in the industry for a significant amount of time. This gentleman alone has worked with Christine more than 20 years. So our chief financial officer worked with us first as a consultant, but we knew him very well. These are very critical roles in your organization. You got to make sure it's a cultural fit, they align with your values, and that you can actually work with them. And, they don't have to be people too that agree with everything you say. In fact, you really want people to join you that have their own mindset, their own viewpoint, and that's the value of another reason why you want them in your organization, to give you a different perspective than what you have. So, if anything I can tell you today, is also so key is, build relationships and develop them, and every relationship is so important. No matter what the person's title is, you never know how someone's going to evolve in their career path. It's about just building great relationships. And so, if he could have looked, my CFO is a great example. If he would have looked at VisionIT when I first met him, it was a 5-person company. He might have said, "Hey, I was the president of Metro 25 Tire. I've run $100 million businesses." So if he would have looked at me at that point and said, "I don't have time to meet with you or to talk to you," the relationship would have never blossomed into what it is today. However, he did open the door, and he did say, "Hey, I like your energy. I like what you're talking about. I'm willing to put some time in with you." And as the company evolved, 5 years in, the company started getting a lot bigger, and I said, "You know what? I really need a CFO." And he said, "You know what? You're right. It's time for me to come on board." So so that's one great example. By the way, we have a lot of accounting opportunities, so we are hiring right now. So we'd love for you to get connected with us too.
You're going to need a bigger mailbox at the office.
Yeah, okay. That's
Your
fine.
question, please.
Hi, my name is Renee Gibson, and I'm in the business administration.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know, how do you handle adversity in your life?
So adversity in business, and I think adversity, and I was thinking about this. One key point that I learned pretty early on in developing VisionIT was I removed the word problems from my vocabulary. I would hear people in the organization, we've got a problem. And I started realizing that doesn't sound very good, nor does it sound very exciting or something I want to take on. I started telling people, let's remove problems altogether. For this day forward, we don't have any more problems. But we do have challenges. And we changed that vocabulary within VisionIT. And so it's really an operation over many years. So if you come into the organization, you'll see people saying, "Hey, I've got a challenge." But they view it in such a positive way. So a lot of adversity and those challenges, because we've competed against some very huge corporations. Going into some very large corporations. I know people sometimes get intimidated. How do you get into Ford Motor Company? If I told the story how many times in meetings it took to get into Ford Motor Company, in a place that I already knew, people already knew me, they would say, "Hey, good to see you again." A year later, but those challenges, you just keep developing out, as in this case, relationships. You take them on in such a positive way. You keep learning. So if they tell you no, you keep learning and saying, "How do I fix that?" Okay, they said no. Why did they say no? By the way, every time if we bid on something and we're not selected, some people get angry and say, "Oh, why did they not pick me?" We say, "Can we have a debrief? We want to know why you didn't select us, and how do we improve next time?" So we're in constant improvement mode, in constant development mode, and that's how we take on adversity and challenges. Yep.
Your question, please.
Hi, my name is Ashley Bobick, and I'm an accounting major at Wayne State. And I would like to know, what advice would you give to someone who is interested in starting their own small business?
So, one, it's right, finding what the need is. So here I was with Lydia's case, where she, really had a need, and I had the experience of delivering it, and and seeing the need. So it's about finding a need in the marketplace, and it can be as small. It can start very small. It can start based on some of your experience, and then developing that into a real business model and providing value. And you thinking through. When I first started, I just saw hey, this is what I think I should charge, and it took some time to develop a financial model for what are the rate structures. How do I structure this overall into a real business? But it starts with what are you passionate about? What's the need of the marketplace that you're passionate about that you can provide value, and then it can blossom into amazing things. Yep.
Your question, please.
Hi, my name's Ian Jones. I'm a finance major. With so many responsibilities, is it hard for you to separate your business life from your personal life?
Yeah, we were just talking about that during the break. So, I'll give an example. I used to play basketball a lot, and Frank knows this well. I was even in one league that in the early days of VisionIT, and then suddenly as VisionIT grew into so many other places, I couldn't play anymore. I mean, guys would call me, hey, we got a game. Yep, I know, I'm going to be in Chicago. We got another game. Yeah, I know, I got to be in New York. And so clearly, you have to make a decision that what's important and what kind of lifestyle. Because I have some great friends that say, hey, you're doing your thing with VisionIT, and I have a great life doing, working for an organization, but that doesn't require any travel or so forth. So you have to make those personal decisions. What I do a lot is I integrate, and great examples this week. Taking the family to Atlanta. I've got part meetings on the trip, and then I've got some great family time over the weekend, and so that's I do a lot around integrating my time with incorporating some of the business trips, also bringing my family on those trips, and getting and feeling great about it. Getting a lot accomplished there, but getting a chance to really enjoy my family, and we get a chance to see so many great places right in the world. I mean, we did an amazing trip to Mexico City, where we have a very big office and operation, but we integrated that with an amazing time in Mexico.
But if you don't do it, you miss your family, because
Yeah,
your job is 24/7.
Right. It really is. I mean, to do it at the level that, and this also goes to your goals and what objectives that you have. Because I also have friends that have their own companies, but they say, I don't want to do what you're doing. I don't want to be a global company. I want to stick to my area. I want to stick to this lifestyle that they've created. And in my case, I felt I really want to build this thing out, and I get even more excited about doing that and developing it out that way. It doesn't make one person better than another or more competent. Some of my friends are very competent. I know they could do it if they really if that was their passion, but it's not. And so it's about picking again your where you want to be focused and then building out this amazing life for yourself. And that's why I feel like we've done with VisionIT. My sister Christine says it all the time. We're always looking at each other saying, isn't this amazing? I'm having more fun than ever in building out the company.
Thanks for being here, David.
Okay, thank you.
Please join us again next time for another edition of Leaders on Leadership. See you then.